Anyway, I wanted to continue on the topic of extraterrestrials or aliens. Like I finished on my part one video. I like breaking down words and studying words. I find them to be very revealing. Uh, I find I have revelations through words. There's lots of revelation through words. I mean, some of them just make sense. For instance, the word apple. I like to think about like the origins. Who made these words? Where do they come from? Apple, to me, it's apple off a tree. Like, it's very simple. Like, it's apple. You pull it off a tree. It's just apple, apple. Uh, there's different words like that I find to be revealing. Uh, like I was saying, men rearranged spells N can spell NME, enemy. So I mean, who decided to call us men, and like, I don't think it's a coincidence that it says enemy. Even the Bible talks about how, I mean, we're self-destructive. We're kind of like our own enemies. I mean, the flesh, battling the flesh kind of thing. But I mean, it did kind of seem, it seems a little coincidental, and I mean, it does seem kind of alien in a way. The word time spells I'm et, can spell it me, I'm et, me it. There's lots of different words like that. Friends, the word friends, you just move the R and it says our fiends. And I mean, to me, every friend that I've ever had, I mean, a fiend is an addict or an evil spirit, or a malicious spirit, a spirit that's there to test you, a demonic spirit, evil. So basically, like, I mean, from my point of view, like, we all are fiendish in ways. We all are addicts in ways. We have addictions and things, some more than others. But yeah, like, it made sense to me. Like, friends are fiends. I was like, okay. So there's certain words like that are just, I don't believe it to be coincidence. Money can spell N-O-Y-M-E, so annoy me. And I mean, money does annoy me, and people annoy me for it. People annoy you for money. And I mean, it does annoy me because, like, it's a system set up. I mean, and people that have lack of money will commit evil. They, people do some just terrible things for money, and people are oppressed because of money. I feel like it's a tool that the devil uses to manipulate people and to buy people, like the whole thing of, oh, sell your soul, but basically they're getting you to sell your body to them. I mean, because they're clearly some sort of evil spirits that don't have their own physical bodies, so they possess other human bodies to use and to do their evil deeds. Which, I mean, there's things in the Bible that talks about these evil beings, the demons who used to be angels, till they rebelled. There are things saying how the origins were, they found human women attractive and wanted to mate with them, and things of that nature were in the I think it was the book of Enoch. Certain areas of the Bible, and that things that got removed from the Bible as well, that they have taken out of the Bible. But I mean, the origins did talk about these beings finding human women attractive and mating, and how it led to giants and different things like that. So it's like, and I can definitely see how these beings do that. I mean, when you look at Hollywood and a lot of these rich people, they're a cult, literally. I mean, the whole concept of the Cinderella story of, the rich prince comes and saves the poor girl from her dreadful life of, poverty, and like, that's basically, and there's always witchcraft involved in it. The cat's name in Cinderella is Lucifer, and the evil witch, or the fairy godmother, and the magical world of Disney, which, I mean, the Bible talks about sorcery and occult and stuff like that. And how there's there's witches and things like that. And I mean, it may seem far fetched to some people, and people will be like, oh, like the Salem witch trials and the church is crazy because they burned all these witches. But I mean, there's plenty of evidence that there are servants of evil spirits and Satan on this planet whose vessels get possessed. They're witches, they dabble in evil, and Satan uses them. Like that's just how it is. It's the same with how there's beings of the Holy Spirit and God who don't harm people and just act based on selfishness. Those evil people and people who do those things clearly lack the consciousness that, I mean, a lot of the Satanists seem like they do comprehend how everyone is within them, and I mean, a lot of them, I think, consider themselves to be God, though. So they think it's like they feel like they have the right to do anything that they want, like the do thou own will kind of thing. But it's like, that's not how it is, just because, they exist in you, that doesn't mean that you have the right to harm anyone. I mean, God is the only one who created them, and He's the only one who can giveth and taketh away with, rightfully, justly do that. That is why, He resurrected Jesus, to prove that it's like, you can take other people's lives away from them, but He is the only one who can give life back, and who can take life and give life back. And that's like, even with in the Exodus and the things of, then God took all the firstborn of Egypt, and I mean, people are like, oh, what kind of God would do that? And I mean, there's evidence all through the centuries of people who are connected to these satanic rituals and to these people. It has to do with sacrificing babies and children. I mean, King Herod, to when Moses was born. You look at the pyramids, and anyone who is involved in the rich elite group of people who have always dominated this planet, there's things to do with witchcraft and sorcery and human sacrifice and things like that. So it's like, I don't think it's too far-fetched, really. I mean, it's very obvious, though, any being that harms anyone is against anyone is lacking consciousness. And, I mean, they're breaking the 10 Commandments right away, because it's like, thou shalt not kill. That's just how it is. But yeah, either way, there's definitely things on this planet that are inexplicable when it comes to how the pyramids were built, things like that. And I mean, to me, I think there's just a ridiculous amount of evidence that there are some sort of extraterrestrial beings. And I mean, some people seem to fear these beings. I'm sure some of them, I mean, even if they do exist, there's still a God above those beings. There's still a God that's in control of all these things, who created those beings. Even who, if they take the form of angels, oh, they look like humans. Either way, these beings have been recorded coming and communicating with humans over the centuries. And I mean, there's evidence that there's these beings. There's tons of recordings in the Bible, and I mean, they clearly would have higher technology than us, and I'm sure they could have wiped us out numerous times, like it says in the flood, things like that, the Noah's Ark. I mean, I'm sure if they wanted to, they could, But either way, it appears that we're being used as some sort of work race, slave race. We're developing, we're serving, and I mean, to me, it seems like they're trying to raise our consciousness to the point where we realize how connected we all are, so that we aren't hurting each other and self-destructive. And I feel like once we do, maybe then they will reveal themselves to us fully. And maybe that's when the kingdom of heaven will transform the planet of Earth. So, but like I said, even planet E.T. plan. So it's pretty simple. Anyway, live to love to live. Peace.